Hello dear students, I am L.K. Tripathi from LPM Public School Gola Bazar. Dear children, I will teach you history chapter first today. The topic is the birth of modern India. You can say also when, where and how. Reading this chapter, we have to get a lot of information about the emergence of modern India during the British era. Now, better for us to start this chapter and know much more about this. Till the 1920s, until the discovery of the Indus Valley civilization, Indians as well as the world were unaware of Indian antiquity. In fact, one premise on which the British based their rule was that the Indians were not used to self-governance. They highlighted the names of autocratic rulers to prove that Indians were incapable of self-rule and were used to being told how to conduct themselves. How do you think the British felt when indigenous civilizations were discovered on Indian soil? Discussed in the class. This is very true. When British established their power in India, so before that they saw that Indians were not capable to rule the self-governance. They were ruling the country, their territories, their empire in the autocratic way. Autocratic way means without any system, without any structure of the governance, they were ruling according to their own and individual choice. So they saw this thing very poor in this way of this country, and they started forming their own system over the country to rule it. According to historians, the modern period of Indian history began with the death of the last great Mughal emperor Aurangzeb in 1707 century. Though people from different European countries had reached the Indian soil much earlier, it was only under the successors of Aurangzeb, collectively called the later Mughals, that the road to their political, economic and cultural domination over the Indian subcontinent was paved. Who were the later Mughals? Later Mughals are known the Mughals who ruled after Aurangzeb's death. Aurangzeb died in 1707, and till then the Mughal rule was at its climax. They were considered the great Mughals. But after the Aurangzeb's death, I meant to say the period after his death is known as later Mughals. They could not maintain the strength of Mughal Empire, and they fought together to show their supremacy and declare their own empire and territories. they could not be consolidated. All the nobles, officials of the court showed their power and fought each other. As a result, Mughal power declined and British got opportunity to spread their power in the country. The process of this domination, as we shall read later in this book, began with the grant of trading rights by Indian rulers to the European trading companies and reached a high pitch with conflicts among them for supremacy in trade and politics. This was not to let only British from Europe to come to India to establish their power, but before British, many Europeans had established their trading affairs in the country and they traded from India to rest part of the world because some Indian goods were highly in demand in rest part of the world like spice, opium, cotton, silk. These were at high demand in the rest part of the world. That's why Dutch, Portuguese, French, they had already came to India to trade from here to other countries. After successfully fighting a series of battles against their French rivals and some powerful Indian rulers, the British emerged as the dominant power in the subcontinent. When they came, means British came, they got grant from the Mughal rulers to trade in the country. This was the great mistake and decision by the Indian rulers to grant them for trade in the country. When they came to country, they started strengthening their power in the country. As a result, the conflict took place between French, British and also some Indian rulers who were really ambitious to strengthen their power in the country. But British were very shrewd. They were not trusted. They were not in the favor of Indian rulers. They were totally selfish. While the period of 5 decades between 1707 and 1757 century marks the formative years of British rule in India, it also saw the decline and disintegration of the Mughal Empire, characterized by the emergence of regional powers such as Bengal, Hyderabad, Awadh, and the Marathas. Apart from the trade wars that occasionally brought the European trading companies into conflict over the issue of their mercantile interests and aspirations, a number of politically important events that took place during this period did not directly relate to the rise and expansion of the British power. We have already read about most of these events in class 7. In this class, we shall touch upon the trade wars among the European companies and certain other related events in some detail to suggest how the transition from Mughal India to British India came about. The focus of our study, however, will be on the events that took place during the period of about 190 years between 1757 and 1947, when India became independent from the British rule after a long struggle for freedom. Let us start with a discussion on the factors rooted in European history itself that accounted for the transformation of the British from a group of traders into the architect of India's destiny before the country attained independence. We shall also discuss why the period of British rule in India is also called the colonial period of Indian history. About this, we will discuss later on in the next video. Till then, read it carefully. Also try to understand the concept of the chapter. Until opening the school, you have to be very careful at home, and the materials, videos will be sending in the future for you. Till then, goodbye.